So, you're dreaming of studying in the UK, but not just anywhere, at a top university with everything paid for. Well, today we're going to break down exactly how you can make that happen with one of the most prestigious awards out there, the Commonwealth Scholarship. If you're a student in Pakistan or AJK, this explainer is your first step.
We're going to cover this in 5 key stages. First, we'll talk about what this dream opportunity really is. Then, the all-important eligibility check. After that, your application checklist, how to make your application truly shine. And finally, the timeline you need to have marked on your calendar.
Okay, so let's dive right in. What is the big deal about the Commonwealth Scholarship? Why is this considered such a life-changing opportunity for students from Pakistan? Well, here's the core of it. A fully funded master's or PhD in the UK. And when we say fully funded, we mean it. This isn't just about tuition fees. It's designed for brilliant people who couldn't afford it otherwise, with the big idea being that you'll take these amazing skills and knowledge back home to make a real, tangible difference. Now, you've basically got 2 main paths you can take here. You can go for a 1-year master's degree, which is an intense, top program, or you can aim for a 3-year PhD to dive deep into research. Both cover your airfare, tuition, and give you a monthly stipend to live on. But check this out. The PhD adds some really nice perks, like an allowance for your fieldwork and even a paid trip home during your studies. It's all about what fits your long-term goals. All right, so you're probably getting excited, but the big question is, can you apply? This is where things get a little different. For applicants from Pakistan, it's not just one checkpoint. You have to pass what I call the 2-gate check. You need a green light from both the Commonwealth Scholarship Commission in the UK and from Pakistan's own Higher Education Commission, the HEC. And this is so important. You have to meet both sets of criteria. The CSC in the UK is looking at things like your academic record and your financial need, but the HEC in Pakistan has its own set of rules. For example, you can't be a dual national, and you absolutely must have a valid HAT score. You fail one gate, you don't get through. It's that simple. Now, speaking of the HEC gate, let's talk about one number you have to burn into your memory: 60. You need a minimum score of 60 out of 100 on the Higher Education Aptitude Test, or HAT. But here's the thing. Just getting a 60 isn't really the goal. The HEC uses this score to rank you against everyone else. The higher your score, the better your shot at actually getting that nomination. Here's another key difference you've got to watch out for. The main Commonwealth Commission doesn't have an official age limit, but the HEC in Pakistan usually does. Typically, you need to be under 30 for a master's and under 35 for a PhD. So before you even start, make sure you fit into the HEC's age requirements. Okay, let's get into the nitty-gritty. What are the actual steps you need to take? This part of the process has a critical rule that if you miss it, it's an automatic disqualification. You have to, and I mean have to, fill out 2 completely separate online applications. One is on the main UK CSC portal. The other is on Pakistan's HECE portal. I can't say this enough. If you only do one, you're out. No questions asked. And both have to be submitted before the HEC deadline, which usually comes first. So what do you need to get together? Just think of it like a checklist. You'll need proof of citizenship like your passport or CNIC. You'll need all your academic transcripts and degrees, your valid HAT scorecard, and you'll need 2 strong reference letters. Now, for you PhD folks, there are 2 extra huge items: a really detailed research proposal and, crucially, a supporting statement from a professor in the UK who's willing to supervise you. My advice? Don't leave this to the last minute. Start gathering this stuff today. Okay, so you've passed the eligibility check, you've got your documents lined up. That just gets you in the door. The real game is making your application stand out from literally thousands of others. So how do you go from just being a candidate to being a winner? This chart right here tells you the whole story. Look, your academic merit, your grades, your experience, that's a big chunk, 40%. But it's not even half the story. The other 60% is split between the quality of your plan of study and something they call development impact. In other words, how is what you're going to study going to help Pakistan? So how do you show that development impact? Simple. You need to connect your study plan directly to one of these 6 big themes. Whether you're in tech, healthcare, or policy, you have to frame your application around one of these areas. You need to make a powerful case for why your work is essential for Pakistan's future. This quote is basically the secret sauce. Your application needs a killer development impact statement. You can't just be vague. You have to explain exactly what problems you want to solve back home, who's going to benefit from your work, and what your plan is to apply what you've learned when you return. All right, last but not least, let's put this all on a calendar. The application cycle is a marathon, not a sprint, and knowing the key dates is going to save you a lot of stress. So here's what a typical year looks like. The portals for both the CSC and HEC will open up in early September. You've got about a month and a half until mid-October to get everything into the HEC. By December, HEC sends its list of nominated candidates to the UK. And then you wait. And it's a long wait. The final decisions don't come out until July of the next year for studies starting that September. Seriously, patience is a virtue here. So there you have it. That's the complete roadmap to applying for the Commonwealth Scholarship. Yes, it's tough. Yes, it's competitive, but the opportunity is absolutely incredible. Your journey to a world-class education in the UK starts right now with this first step. The only real question left is, are you ready to take it?